spring-like. In fact, there's no sign really of a let-up in the very unsettled weather that we've been having recently, although what we can say is that I don't think it's going to be quite as windy. Now, it's still pretty windy at the moment. There's yesterday's area of low pressure, still just to the north of the country, still keeping things pretty mixed, to say the least, and there's another bump of cloud that's running across the south, and that's a new area of low pressure that's going to develop as the day wears on, bringing outbreaks of rain across the southernmost parts of the country. Here it is, as you can see when we zoom in. There's the old low over the northern Isles of Scotland. Masses of showers still coming around the old area of low pressure, and during the course of this morning, rain's been gathering down to the southwest, and that's been spreading across the southernmost parts of the country, and that's about where it's got now. So it's going to be jolly cloudy in the south. There'll be further outbreaks of rain, and that rain tends to become more persistent and heavier, spreading up to around about Lincolnshire through to South Wales. Heaviest rain probably down towards the south coast, but one or two heavier bursts in other parts as well, and later on beginning to clear away again from the west. To the north, it's a brighter picture. In fact, northeast England, not too bad at all, probably staying mostly dry there, but other areas having a fair number of showers blown through on those quite strong winds, and still some blizzards over the Scottish hills, and one or two of the showers in other parts on the heavy and wintry side as well. Those winds are still with us. They're not as strong as they were yesterday, admittedly, but strong enough, and of course the winds are going to make it feel pretty cold, even though temperatures in most parts won't be far off the normal for the time of year. Still showers in the north and west for the rest of the evening through the night, the rain clearing away from the southeast, and as that wind eases down a little bit and the sky's clear, just a chance of a touch of frost in one or two of those sheltered spots, so watch out for some slippery patches on the roads. Low pressure still there during tomorrow, quite stiff westerly winds bringing a fair number of showers across the country. They'll be heaviest and most frequent in the west and north, only the odd one coming through to central and eastern areas, and some of those showers could be quite wintry, hail and thunder in them as well near to those western coasts. The low continues to move away on Tuesday, but we have more frontal systems heading in from the west. So another showery day, or at least starting off fairly showery. Again, those showers quite heavy and wintry in northern parts, but then in the second half of the day, more wind and rain beginning to spread up from the southwest, certainly getting into most southern parts of the country before the day's out, maybe even some snow on the higher hills. Then that front moves in during the course of Wednesday. It's going to be a problem because as it heads up northwards, so that rain's going to turn to sleet or snow. Most of the snow is going to be over the hills, but not all of it, and certainly I think it's well advised for you to keep in touch with the weather forecast, because it could be a bit of a problem as that area of low pressure comes to a halt, the front comes to a halt, because it looks as if over central and northern Scotland the second half of the week could be pretty wintry again, more especially over the hills, but not necessarily always over the hills. Showers in the south and much milder. And then on Friday, the low pressure and the front beginning to pull away, introducing somewhat colder weather to most parts, but it's going to be basically showery. The showers in the north heaviest, and that's where they're likely to be wintry.